for now, we have the other side of Winter Semis, Kazma MuteAce. Now, like I said previously, this matchup has happened in a heartbeat where Kazma went up 2-0 on Mute, was in position, but Mute did reverse 3-0 him. So not the first time you guys have played, so we'll see with multiple sets played how they adapt to each other as they go on now.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting, and you know, MuteAce, the last time he was on stream a little bit earlier in the day, not too long ago, did beat Atomic 3-0 to make it into the Winter Semis side here. So he's got another Rob to conquer if he wants to face Burt in Winners Finals. Obviously, matchup-wise, it's still the same, but he's probably going to face a little bit of a different Rob in terms of playstyle, switching from Atomic to Kazma.
Yeah, so Kazma is kind of known as the Rob of the Wild West in Texas, right? Grayson, you know, and other Robs kind of do the more stereotypical Rob things. Well, Kazma just kind of plays like a man possessed. Like, he goes for crazy downers like that. He'll go for the up smash when you're not expecting. Like, his brand of Rob is very chaotic and just like, he'll do the option you don't expect. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's I would think his defining quality is he's not afraid to kind of go for the more off the wall option selects early on. You know, normally things you would see maybe in a game 3 or 4 situation, he's coming in game 1 just coming at you with these interesting mix-ups and stuff like that you're not prepared for, and suddenly you're down a game.
And as you can see, Kazma going for the side B there, trying to catch a jump or a neutral get up or something, but Mute very aware of that, just floating outside its range. And if there's one person that's going to be best at shutting down a playstyle like Kazma, it is Mute, right? His patient style just really shuts down a lot of like quote-unquote cheesy / crazy tactics that one might employ to win. So yeah, he's going to be fighting a Stonewall as everyone does in Mute, but Kazma just needs to stay patient. He has a character that's capable of doing a lot of things against Peach.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, able to kind of compete with kind of the float. You know, Rob's not too scared by it. It's again just avoiding the low damage conversions and just making sure you get up off the ledge.
But of course, as many options as Rob does have to kill, he can get streamlined at a percent. Like 170, and to be honest, if Mute lives to 180 every stock, he's going to be in good position, right? If he forces Rob to work for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you get to that, you do get to that kind of weird, sweet point in the high percent where like, okay, he has to either commit super hard to kill me, or he has to grab me, and I can put myself in a position where it's going to be very difficult to do either of those things.
And you can tell Mute's very aware of that. He's like, okay, if he doesn't get the grab and he doesn't get this, it's going to be very hard for him to close out the stock.
Right, and then he gets, you know, float nared or down tilted and then just eats a bunch of damage.
And yeah, see that projectile play there. Had the turnip in hand, so he thought the jump was safe, but then just going for the fair instead. The Z drop taking Kazma by surprise, and now down this much against Mute is going to be a really hard task for anybody to come back from.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. I mean, yeah, I think Kazma's starting to realize a little bit. Okay, yeah, let's figure out how we can reel this back into our house. You know, at 76%, it's got him on the ledge, but trying to turn the tables on him. Here come the nairs into the regrab.
This is the combo that he needs. Tech chase. Okay, gonna roll the other way. Good on Kazma. Just trying to keep composed here, but Mute is on top of him right now. Goes really high. It's going to be pretty hard for Peach to cover, but we'll see how patient Mute is on the landing. Mute's just content with holding center stage. Noah has to Rob, has to land eventually, and goes for that kind of crazy option, like we said, that Kazma's kind of accustomed to, but not paying off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's definitely feast or famine with these side Bs right now, even already this early into the set. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see kind of if he kind of pulls the brakes down on it. Ooh, almost got a nice setup there with a drag down upper, but he's going to keep chasing. Still nothing, having a hard time closing that second stock.
That was a really good attempted flame trap, but Mute with just the perfect drip and the perfect air dodge to just get out of the situation. And now, like, a lot of pressure, getting center stage. Rob just cannot land, but finally gets the nair. But Mute gonna be way above that laser angle.
Here we go again. Just okay. There's that the tombstone, but still not quite enough. You know, you always have those little bit of regrets on the pummels, but he falls out of the up air too.
Yeah, that was really tragic that he needed that, because now Mute has positional advantage, using all these hitboxes, just making it so hard. Now Kazma's an advantage, but still, even if he takes this stock, he still has to live. I mean, these Peach backers will start killing at 150 in the corner. I mean, most of his moves are going to pose a lot of a threat, so Kazma just has to essentially play perfect at this point.
Yeah, you know, fate kind of worked against him in there. He put himself in the right positions to get those stocks, but just didn't quite work out. And now, again, this is like we were talking about earlier. He has to commit in order to kill.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, finally, a rare miscue on a badly spaced move from Mute. And now 157, of course, we're going to say the commentator stuff. Rob, you know, 0 can kill. You know how it is. However, Mute's going to be one of the harder players to land that on, because he's very aware of the madness that this character can cause.
Yeah, absolutely. And there you go, just Nair's out of the hit stun there to force Rob away.
Dude, that parry was so raw. Like, he was so ready for that.
Yeah, very defiant parry there.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, look, I mean, there's just so much sass with, like, Mute's positioning right now. It's like, you can feel the personality behind, like, every parry.
Oh, I think got a little spooked by the turnip there. Kind of grass right in front of his face. Thought he was going to get hit by it. Was trying to preemptively tech, and unfortunately just
that was an Elden Ring parry right there.
Oh yeah.
I know he's been rocking that a bit lately. Has ruined, I think, a lot of Smashers lately. You know, they play Elden Ring for like 100 hours and they get washed at locals, but Mute's a different beast. Maybe it's made him better, you know. But yeah, I mean, literally, he forced Kazma to kill him at like 170, 180, both those stocks. Like, that is not what Rob wants. Rob wants to be cheesing you, getting the back airs early, you know, getting the down throw up airs early. But Mute, as a top player, he knows Rob's options, what he wants at all times, and that's why it's just so difficult to beat this man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're already having to try to go match pace with someone who's arguably the best of their character in the world. And not only that, but then you're getting yourself to a point where now it's like, not only do I have to keep pace with them, but I have to kill them. I have to get them to 180, do 50% more per stock than they are to me, all while trying to actually be in the lead while stuff like that actually happens.
Like Kazma's gotta find a way to get the early stocks, right? Has to find a way to read a Mute option, like read a mistake, and if Mute's just not gonna give him any opportunities, so he has to take the most of them. But so far, kind of starting as scripted, MuteAce, paying the Rob tax, or making him pay the Rob tax, and just holding center stage like he should be right now.
Absolutely. 139 damage already. There you go. Again, the up smash add a shield, keeping Mute at least on the back foot, and there comes the side B trying to catch. Saw the jump go away, tried to pull the trigger, but nothing there for him quite yet.
I just think that Mute's very aware of kind of the chaos that Kazma wants to cause at all times and go for those aggressive options, and he's just ready for each and every attempt to end the stock early. That is the first side B I think he's like landed in a very long time. But early up B, look at that parasol. He's just the spacing from Mute right around the side B. That was outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. Matrix reloaded on the parasol there, drifted back at just the right amount, and still was able to stay, slide right back in there, stay parallel, grab the ledge, and it's just stuff like that. However, Kazma nipping that in the bud, down throw into the short hop up air, closing it out, and much less of a gap to make up than the first game so far.
Yeah, I mean, 130, 140 is that sweet spot. The extra 50% matters so much because it's so much harder for Rob to land at a high percent. But if he kills at that tempo, he's definitely fine with. Oh no!
Tragedy.
Mr. Saturn! Oh my god, and gonna take that stock early. And Mr. Saturn, he is ready to go, man.
Yeah,
look at his face, bro.
This is a 2v1 group assault there. The Mr. Saturn coming through, paying big dividends, and the frying pan closing the stock out at 79%.
In Elden Ring terms, we call that a gank.
A gank? Yeah,
when you like double team or triple team someone in a bad situation. That was Mr. Saturn, you ganking Kazma right there.
Just came in from the heavens, and now again, all that pacing stuff we were trying to drive home earlier about is now out the window. Saturn, the great divider in the second game, and now Kazma's gonna have to try and reel this game back in after that unfortunate setup with the Saturn.
Yeah, but luckily for Kazma, getting that laser at point blank range, I think exactly where you want to get that. And it's just doing a lot better in neutral, like definitely not letting Mute gap him as hard as earlier games, but he was ready for the tag there. But even with the tag, the verticality of Parasol kind of sus sometimes, so still not going to make it back. But yeah, so Kazma staying in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great aggressive play by Kazma, able to, again, throw himself back into this game. That sort of, that big swinger mentality that Kazma kind of plays with. And now he's, for all intents and purposes, we're pretty close to even here.
Oh, definitely even. I mean, if Rob gets what he wants, he can definitely kill earlier than Peach. And Daz finally gets the down throw conversions. Is that gonna be it? Takes it. Yeah, and as you can see, it matters so much more if Rob can just get 1 or 2 stocks a bit earlier than 170, right? Like you saw, like when he was able to take the stock earlier, it matters so much. And even for a player like Mute, even with his knowledge, the DI cross-up on that move is still absurd. It will still catch top players.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that was good too. It's good kind of fortitude by Kazma as well. Sometimes when stuff like that happens, in the Saturn incident, that can kind of put you off kilter for the rest of the game. But he was able to, make the aggressive plays that he knows, stuck to his guns, and was able to pull it out and notch it back up in one apiece.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like the song counter picks too. You know, Kazma counter picking with Aria the Soul. MuteAce coming back with the Xenoblade music. So you know.
Yeah, you know, Mute was a big Tekken guy, but maybe since he's been losing to Kazuya recently, he's like, I don't want to hear this, man, or I don't want to hear music from this character. Let's go to Xeno, you know. Usually, there's very, very few misses with Xeno soundtrack.
Yeah, the XB3 hype in the chat right now, I feel it.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, I mean, it's so interesting. It seemed like he was almost up 2-0. I mean, just how the set was moving, but that's just how, you know, Kazma needed to get this back to 1-1.
Yeah, you know, in a 7-minute set, it doesn't matter how the first 6 minutes and 58 seconds go. If you win at the very end, then you know everything before it doesn't matter.
Yeah, paying the raw tax as usual, but you know, Kazma's not going to worry here. He knows that he's got the weight on his side, and he's got the combos on his side. Not converting there, but still getting a lot of percent.
Yeah, that rally between him and the gyro lasting a bit longer than I expected, but I think was just trying to tack on as much as he could.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Kazma, doing an action in the blast zone, they're actually going to kill him. There's so many times that you can live in those situations if you do the proper option. It's a thing that a lot of players need to do better. Oh, that side B barely missing. Even in the free fall, Peach was able to get out of that situation.
Yeah, again, mixing up. Fast falling, right at the last moment, but you can't fast fall through that giant back air that is the Rob thrusters. And
you can see Kazma's kind of getting his playstyle going here. That could have maybe killed, especially without a jump. Like, that could have been dangerous. And I just, Kazma's getting those more aggressive options that he's we're accustomed to seeing from him, right? I mean, his game plan is starting to solidify. So if you need to slow him down as fast as possible, looks to be doing that this stock.
Yeah, he's been stuck on ledge for quite a while, though. You know, being ledge trapped with the gyro, with the turnips, the dot face tacking on a lot more damage too.
Okay, nice. That's the thing. Usually Robs love to roll right after that nair, and Mute just getting the back air to continue the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, got the soft hit back air too, recognized it, and was able to kind of land Waveland out of the float and grab him for it too, and patted himself a pretty big lead here in the third game.
That pressure was absolutely insane by MuteAce there, just not letting Kazma get comfortable at all. And, you know, holding center stage, the last thing you want to be doing is being at the ledge against Rob at pretty much any percent. MuteAce realizing that, and just like I said, holding that center diamond as well as he can. But Kazma doing a good job of taking that diamond back and has a good advantage state going right now. No jump here. This is his chance.
There we go. Gyro in hand. Doesn't get it around this time. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And again, just, I don't know what kind of magic Mute has on that parasol, but it's worked out for him.
That's
so
some
much.
Mary Poppins stuff right
Absolutely, yeah, for real.
That's some Mary Poppins RNG. Yeah, and those are the opportunities you just kind of have to take advantage of. In those rare situations where you do drain Mute of resources, you have to take advantage. And unfortunately, Kazma not capitalizing at least this game.
Backer gonna chunk him right back off, and a whole stock to go now.
Yeah, just doing a good job, Kazma. Just trying to look for something. He knows if he can take this stock, he can be in a decent spot, but Mute has been really, really tightening up his ledge pressure.
Oh, and the absolute max range on that forward air too, gonna shut it out there. And now 2-1 goes MuteAce here, and I think that was pretty similar to the first game we saw. Mute just kind of outpacing, and it was just a couple of those little what if scenarios, that where that early stock could have come to Kazma, but through one way or another, MuteAce was able to sneak his way by. But now faced with the deficit, we'll see what Kazma can do to rally back for Game 5.
No, I think although he lost that game, he got a lot more what he wanted. Like, I saw more traditional Kazma gameplay, so yeah, he lost, but at least he's kind of getting his advantage states started. Putting Mute in more compromising positions, he didn't quite capitalize, but at least he's putting him there.
Right.
If he makes that one or two better play there, he can easily even this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Haphazard side B, they're going to lead to some damage early on. Dot face out again in full force, but nothing quite off of it. And you're right. I think, we saw the evolution. He was kind of figuring out what to do the first game. Was able to win the second. Third one, we saw more of the Kazma stuff, but again, just a little bit off on actually pulling the trigger there. So we'll see if this fourth game, if those situations arise again, if Mute lets him have those situations again, if he can actually close the deal.
But you can just tell the winds were zapped out of his sails once he didn't get that parasol edge guard. He just kind of, okay, I'm not winning this game. Like, that was an opportunity I needed to capitalize on. Because, like, it's just so hard to put Mute in those situations. He has the best disadvantage, like, I have, ever seen from a top player, like, in a similar region of mine. Like, in terms of, like, watching it live. Like, it's absolutely absurd, like, how hard it is to keep this man at disadvantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Top coming in there for being able to convert off the laser into it, but at 172, not not much more is left to take this first stock.
Yeah, and as you can see, what's really good about this matchup in a lot of ways for Peach at least is that since you're so floaty, you can DI those down tilts up and avoid the tech chases. A lot of times in those situations, you're put in like side B situations or jab lock situations.
Right.
You just DI up and you can't follow up. Okay. Okay, but this is a good chance for Kazma getting the back throw. But like I said, Mute just taking back center stage exactly like he needs to. But oh, wow, I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger on the up air, but still getting another one.
For sure. And it's kind of hard too. Mute's been mixing up his empty hops and his false speeds a lot when he does jump from ledge.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like Rob, you put the gyro out to cover like your standard get up to your rolls and such. But I feel like when it comes to punishing through the jump, you kind of have to commit a lot harder. You have to like preemptively back air or preemptively side B to able to catch something like that without forcing a trade or losing a trade to a Peach area.
Yeah.
So
and MuteAce losing that stock to a misspaced back air. It's insane how much he spaces properly. You rarely see him do a bad back air like that. That's just like the quality of player that Mute is. And has another Kazma led situation. Kazma loves that rising gyro though, a pretty good reversal option, but Mute is continuing the pressure. But okay. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that laser going for the high recovery, but Mute staying disciplined.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get it here, and again, he's starting to call out the jumps a little bit more now. At least, making it harder for Mute to regain center stage. Always, making sure that he's at least applying some pressure right as Mute lands.
Yeah, and of course, Mute's just gonna get these ledge traps. Kazma just has to accept he's just gonna take percentage here. The thing is, okay, there's the kind of side B that Kazma's known for in those random moments, catching Mute off guard.
Right, yeah, trying to cover, force the shield, maybe even reflect a turn up coming back down from the sky too if he can. But again, still finding himself on the ledge. Nothing really changed outside of that. But first win, first big kind of open up here for MuteAce, and just a stock away from closing out, cruising on into winners finals. But I don't know, we're at the prime percent where Kazma can close this out if Mute slips up.
Yeah, and he almost slips up there. Oh, the wave land on the top plat. Really, really good mix-up. Mute was not expecting that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nice little, again, that nice little gotcha moment here in the fourth game. Keeping Mute on his toes and evening it back up here. But here comes the down tilt damage coming in.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty rough situation, but still, 60 is nothing to stop at for Rob. He still has plenty of options, but if he can just go, Kazma just needs one more opportunity, one more chance to, make that plays that he's known for, but can Mute stop him from doing that? And he looks to be in a very good position to do so at the moment. Almost died! He does die! Another misuse of Blast Zone. I think he's constantly trying to do actions out there.
Yeah, I wonder if he tried to back air to shift his momentum, and I think just kind of threw his thrusters into the Blast Zone.
Yeah, and I just think in that matchup in particular, Peach is going to be able to struggle to kill you at a lot of percents, so you need to be pretty much perfect execution in the Blast Zone. You cannot allow Peach to close out those stocks earlier than normal. So if I think there's one takeaway from Kazma is definitely to do different actions in the Blast Zone, to just live a little bit longer, because all you need is that one opportunity against Peach.
Right. I mean it's hard, right? Normally I think most players' first instinct when they get knocked into the Blast Zone, you want a directional air dodge towards the stage. But doing that, I think, especially against Peach, just kills a resource for you, especially getting around turnips, because you don't have that air dodge against turnips anymore, and then at that point you're only relying on your up B and your back air to move yourself around. So I think he preemptively wanted a back air to kind of simulate the same type of movement, but LOL, Rob is big, he died, and that's it.